Thank you so much for your love and support. Once again, we are back with another question, that is horizontal pod autoscaler. If you are not aware about the horizontal pod autoscaler, this topic very well explained in one of my playlist. So you can go through it. And now the question: you have a deployment name API backend in the default namespace. Okay. Information got is the default namespace. Create a HPA targeting 70% of CPU uses. Okay, minimum 1 and maximum 10. Okay, and set scale up cooldown before delay before scaling up again 30 seconds. File name HPA and set HPA to avoid scaling up rapidly even if CPU is spikes. So avoid scaling up rapidly even if CPA spikes. So what does it mean? So instead of increasing rapidly, it waits for 30 seconds with the same utilization above this 70%, and then it adds the pods. Avoid scaling up rapidly, it means it's a behavior, means it's 30-second scale up cooldown is mentioned, means it says consistently 30 seconds then scale up, otherwise do nothing. This is the behavior. Okay, and it comes with the policies, but if it is not mentioned exclusively, then don't go for it. So from one, if 30 seconds gone, then in one time it can add 1, 4, 5, 7, whatever it's internally decides, but with the policy properties you can control that. So this you will get in behavior section, and this is the simple HPA. So let's get started. For this to work, matrix server is to be needed. So we'll install matrix server first, and then we'll go ahead with the solution. So matrix server installation is very simple. Check if the matrix server is present. Ist no, not from. So you can install from here. You have to paste it. It's not done. Why it is not working? It is taking another lines. Actually, it's taking extra lines. So what this is the issue. What is happening here? Sorry, I will create a blog, and there I will share this thing. This should be installed. Secure patch paste. Waiting for deployment. Will check successfully rolled out. Verify it is working or not. Paste. Okay, true means it's working. Top nodes. A paste. So look here, it's giving this information, CPU and memory. So matrix server is installed. Now we have to prepare a deployment, because here it says your deployment name API backend, means it is already created. So we need to create the deployment. Step 4 is already given. You can directly copy this file and you can paste it. So this is created. Control L, and now solution start. A-and default get deployment API. Okay, now we have to take backup API backend -o YAML q5 backup .yaml. Sorry, spell mistake. YAML. So we have created a backup. So if something goes wrong, we can use it. Now it's time to create a horizontal pod autoscaler. So many means many use that imperative commands, but I insist use declarative command, because some versions mismatch will cause you some trouble. Okay, in examination you will find all the required links ready to use. So I will type HPA and search, and one thing, you go to the walkthrough so you can find the YAML file, and if you forget everything, then control F YAML and enter. This is the YAML file you needed, but so much enter you have to do. So what I do, feed, it directly reaches to the end of the page, and there just scroll up and copy this YAML file, and I'll come here and create a YAML file, and that YAML file you should create HPA backend YAML file. If name is not given, you can create anything, but if name is given, you can create in that name. Sorry. Now copy here you can paste it. Okay, now this scale up cooldown is there. Okay, so now you go to that auto scaling and scale up. I will type 300. Okay, so scale down, scale up. So this is the thing it is asking. So I will copy this code, copy, and I'll paste it, and this block belongs to the spec section, so it is below the matrix. Okay, so just press to space, go into the insert mode, press I, now press 2 step space, and you are there matrix. Now control shift V. Now here something goes wrong, means something you know, skip, I'll delete. Here you find this both came in the same column, but if you see here, this is intended, this is intended. So I'll press I again, press 2, come down, press 2, and now 30. This thing is done. This check, it's a 70. Utilization, CPU, resource, maximum replicas is 10, minimum, and name. Everything you should check with proper care. Here is the name. So it is not mentioned. Sorry, you should not do anything. Here name, get form deployment. Okay. Now means this is the deployment name. Now this name you can set it by yourself because it is not given, but I will say HPA and I'll set it HPA. Okay. And namespace is not mentioned here, but default is there. Backend you have deployment in default namespace. Okay. Namespace is not namespace is default, so you can write it default git ns, so it is default is already present, so you can write it default, or if not required, but mostly some namespaces is also there in examination, so I'm putting it here so that you cannot forget. And now for deployment, this is the deployment name. So get, I already said that use and default get deployment. So API, this is the deployment name. So we are referencing this deployment, means this HPA is working on this deployment. Okay. So everything seems right. I'll escape and WQ. K apply -f HPA backend YAML. K get K get HPA. So here you will see the reference. It should be, you should check is a deployment, and that deployment is API backend. And for some time it is showing that unknown, but after a few minutes it will be working. It means showing something if the result if the metric server is installed, otherwise it will be like this only. So our task is done, but for so you can practice this question. And thank you so much for your love and support once again. We'll prepare more question to practice the scenarios. Anything can be asked instead of scale down, scale up, cool down, scale down window second can be asked, means everything will discuss, and I'm creating a question for that thing also, so that you can easily prepare. And this mock question will be the big series, and you can practice most of the scenarios, not only so that any type of question you can able to solve in exam.